Hi guys, welcome to another Supplement Facts from Supplements.co.nz. My name's Jason, and tonight we've got John from Horleys and Alex.
Hi there.
Welcome guys.
Thank you.
Excellent. And in this little product video we're going to be talking about Horleys Root. So John, do you want to give us a little bit of a rundown on what this product's all about?
Okay, well I was supposed to, the first thing to start with is to make sure that you guys out there check your protein requirements. It's very important to make sure you get enough protein into your diet when you're training. This is actually a product that we would generally try to sell to people who are looking for a little bit of fat loss, but it's still very important to maintain the muscle in the body when you're looking at fat loss, because that muscle is the most active tissue in the body, therefore it's going to burn the most calories. Even maybe when you're sitting down having a glass of wine, the muscle's still working. So
you mix it with protein powder?
Yeah. Well, that tastes interesting.
That's right. So again, it's about protecting that muscle. Muscle is your best friend, and therefore you need, guys out there, you need to make sure you know your protein requirements. A rough guide, and it is a ballpark figure, will be looking at around about 2 grams of protein per kilo of body mass. Generally that's lean body mass, so if you are a lean person you can take your weight, but if you are holding a little bit of excess fat you might want to just reduce that number slightly, that sort of thing. Now Alex would recommend a larger protein requirement for some bodybuilders.
At least 3 grams per kilo of body weight. So say if you're an average guy, you know, about 90 kilos or something, you want to be having 3 times that amount. So what's your math like, John?
Oh yeah, 270.
Right,
So it's quite a lot of protein. But I think the key point I'm trying to make is make sure you find out what you need.
And I think in today's society, it's a real carb-rich diet.
Yeah,
carbs are easy to get.
Much,
you know what I mean?
Much,
it's like that in everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And so a lot of our foods that we eat these days don't have a high protein content,
exactly
because protein is a really expensive ingredient as well to put into this food. So they want to give you the cheap carbs, simple carbs, which is cheap and easy to process.
And I think that's, you think of most people's breakfasts would be your cereal and your
cocoa pops,
sort of thing.
You know what I mean?
All breakfast is all made of sugar and carbs. Cornflakes, rices, it's just carbs, pure carbs, and then you mix it with some milk, so you get the fat there as well.
So I suppose that the key is find your numbers out there, get a ballpark to work in, so that you are achieving those protein requirements during the day. Can't emphasise that enough. I suppose that brings us on to the Rip Factors product.
So this is a protein and more.
Well, it's not just a protein; it's really the protein.
The protein.
It's a protein that's called a whey protein isolate, and there's three actual different isolates you can use. The key to using an isolate is it's the lowest in fat, it's the lowest in carbohydrates or lactose, that sort of thing. But it's the highest in protein. So if you look on a label, if you look at the per 100 grams, you can look at the percentage of protein. The higher that number, the purer the protein is. So that's very important to take note of.
That's probably one thing that I tell a lot of people about, is always look at that per 100 grams. In the supermarket, when you're buying a can of tuna, even for instance, you look at per 100 grams how much protein you're getting out of it, and it's easily to compare with another product, because every label will have per 100 grams on the side of it, so you can always compare it to each other, because the serving size will always differ. You know what I mean?
That's very true. Even in protein powders, all different companies have different serve size, so it's only a recommended serve size. The key is to look at the per 100 grams. If you know how much protein you need a day, and you can do it in grams, and you divide that by your meals, you can get a very easy number to work out if it's a tin of tuna or 2 tins of tuna.
Exactly.
And so it is quite simple to do, and I think it's really important for you guys out there to do it. You know how many weights you're lifting, or how many sets and reps you're doing. Also know how much protein you need in your diet.
You look at the carbs, you know what I mean, per 100 grams. You look at the sugars per 100 grams. You look at the fat per 100 grams. So you want to be checking those out, whatever product you buy, be it bread,
right.
be it whatever.
If the product doesn't have the per 100 grams, if it's generally anything made in New Zealand will, if you want to work out the protein content, it's very simple. All you do is it'll have a serve size column, and it will say serve, maybe a 30-gram serve. And you look at the protein content, so the protein content might be 20 grams, and all you do is divide the 20 by the serve size 30, and that will give you a percentage. So you can do it yourself, and it's a really good test to do that, to see how much protein's in there, because that's what's costing you the money.
This one's got the purest protein.
This is what we're using is a instantized cation exchange, which is an isolate protein from Fonterra, and the reason we use it is the highest protein content, but it's also got a very high score on BCAAs, which is your branch chain amino acids. Now, branch chain amino acids are the amino acids that come from proteins that the body uses for muscle tissue. So if you're training in the gym and you're going to look for a protein, you want to make sure that protein has a good branch chain amino acid score. And the instantized cation exchange has the highest. So when we went to Fonterra to purchase it, that's what we asked for. For our flagship range, for our premium product, we want the highest in branch chain amino acids, the highest in protein, and really the lowest in fat and sugar.
The best they've got.
That's the best they've got.
So we've got the best quality protein in there. It's the highest quality. You're getting the branch aminos, you're getting that recovery, you're getting the repair from the protein. What else is in RIP factors that is different to the other isolate powders that are out there?
I suppose the key to designing the product was really trying to fit it around people that were looking for fat loss, and so the muscle is the most important tissue. So that we've got that protein sorted, it's maintaining that muscle. But we've added a few other ingredients in there as well. We've basically added a vitamin and mineral profile, so that obviously when people are dieting, they may be taking certain foods out of their daily intake. So we just wanted to make sure there was some vitamins and minerals in there.
So that's like ensuring that they're getting the right nutrition, all balanced.
That's right. That's right. It's not a full multi, but again, it's working in that direction. It's adding a little bit.
And
extra.
it also has those fat burning properties in there as well, doesn't it?
That's right. We've put in there some caffeine. Now, caffeine, as we all know, a cup of coffee in the morning helps us wake up.
Gets the heart rate going.
That's right. Activating the central nervous system, giving him some energy. That also can work with increasing metabolism. Metabolism will help you burn more calories, that sort of thing. We've put some L-carnitine in there. How L-carnitine works, I kind of liken it to a forklift truck, and it goes to the fat tissue and it picks it up, takes it into the muscle, and in the muscle there's little energy stations where energy is produced, and it tries to promote fat to be used as that energy source. So that's really good for two reasons. One, you're burning fat.
Sounds good to me.
Good. And secondly, it's protecting the muscle tissue because you're not using muscle as an energy source. It can also have some performance enhancing agents by not using the carbohydrates, the glycogen.
I know L-carnitine's a big fat burner just as a supplement for people that are dieting for bodybuilding or just dieting. Just to lose weight, L-carnitine by itself is really good.
People supplement with that as well. So that's good. So the caffeine, the L-carnitine. We've also put chromium in there, which is a trace mineral, which it really supports your blood sugar levels. Again, when you're dieting hard, as Alex will know, it's about keeping that consistency, and it can help a lot with that.
And can that help with like cravings?
A little bit, yeah. Again, I think having protein shakes, you'll find this when you're hard dieting, just eating regularly, because if you go for too long without food,
you get those cravings.
That's right, and you might go for something that you should.
That crave, But they taste great, which is a good thing as well. So you don't get those chocolate cravings, I don't have a sweet tooth, luckily, but I get my fix from protein powder. You know what I mean? I may even make it into a paste, at night for a bit of dessert. So it's good for those things as well. But definitely the RIP factors. If you're looking to lose weight and still gain lean muscle, RIP factors is fantastic for that.
Yeah, there's a couple of other things we put in there. We put a bioperine, which is a black pepper extract.
It's another fat burner.
It's a fat burner, but it helps absorb nutrients. So again, because you're in that dieting stage, it's good to be helping you.
So it's
absorb
that whole
those.
stack, really, isn't it? It's
Like the high protein, the low carb, the low fat, but it's giving you that thermogenic as well. So there's some fibres in there, which again help you with that fullness sensation. So we're really looking at a product that's geared towards those people that they want to maintain their muscle, but they want to just strip that fat. So a lot of people.
So if you're having this a couple of times a day, you're really having fat burners a couple of times a day.
That's right, and you've got the caffeine in there as a stimulant, and you can stack it up with, if you want like a thermo on top of that. You can still use that, and you've just got to be one thing. You've got to be careful. Well, I personally have to be careful of is having caffeine too
Late
late at
night,
night.
yeah, yeah.
But some people are fine with that. But it does have caffeine in it. It's about 100,
sure.
100 megs per serve. So that's like
Cup of coffee.
it's like a strong cup of coffee. So just be wary of that.
Always
But yeah.
something to be aware of.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah,
want to
for
be
sure,
lying
yeah.
at the ceiling too much.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. So again, very high in protein, high in BCAAs, very high in glutamine, very low in fat and sugars, but with all those extra little fat burners to really give you that extra little boost to help you move that hard to move last a little
So
bit.
the label says it all, really. If you want to get
Pretty
ripped,
much.
take
Yeah.
rip factors.
Yeah.
Cool, guys. Well, thank you very much for watching, guys. And thank you, gentlemen.
Cool.
And that's awesome. That's Horleys Ripped. Cheers.